Welcome back to Wealth Theory. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day, but completely underestimate what can be achieved in 6 months. If you're feeling stuck, stagnant, or like your life is on a repeat loop of mediocrity, today is the day we break that cycle. This isn't just about making small tweaks. It's about a total foundational rebuild. Over the next 6 months, we are going to dissect your daily habits, recalibrate your financial trajectory, and install the mindset required for long-term success. It starts with a single decision: to stop accepting your current reality as your final destination. We begin with Phase 1, the foundation. You cannot build a skyscraper on a swamp, and you cannot build a wealthy life on a chaotic routine. In these first 60 days, your mission is to perform a radical life audit. Look at your energy leaks, the habits, people, and digital content that drain your focus without giving anything back. Clean your workspace and curate your digital environment. If your feed isn't teaching you how to grow, it's teaching you how to stay the same. We will also implement keystone habits, non-negotiable actions like waking up early, reading for 30 minutes, and basic physical training. These aren't just chores. They are the bricks of your new identity. By month 3, we move into Phase 2, execution and the financial pivot. This is where the work gets intense. Now that your foundation is stable, it's time for skill stacking. You must dedicate at least 2 hours every single day to mastering a high-value skill, whether that's digital marketing, sales, or deep financial literacy. This is also when we get ruthless with your money. You need to track every dollar, cut unnecessary expenses, and start a small side project or investment fund. We are moving from a consumer mindset to a producer mindset. The goal here is to remove all friction and low-value activities so that your focus is laser-targeted on your financial growth. Finally, we enter Phase 3, momentum and mastery. In these last 2 months, you aren't just trying new things. You are living them. We focus on the Pareto principle, identifying the 20% of your efforts that are bringing in 80% of your results and doubling down on them. This is the time to expand your network, reach out to mentors, and join communities that challenge you. You are no longer someone who is building habits. You have become the person who is naturally successful. Your mindset has shifted from, "I hope this works," to, "I will make this work." You've built the engine. Now it's time to see how fast it can go. 6 months from now, your entire life could look different, but only if you decide to change today. Most people wait for the perfect moment to improve their health, finances, mindset, and future, but that moment never comes. Real transformation begins the second you take responsibility for your habits and your direction. Month 1 is about destroying the old version of yourself. Cut toxic routines, wake up earlier, reduce distractions, and create discipline. Month 2 is about rebuilding your mind. Read daily, learn high-income skills, and surround yourself with people who inspire growth instead of excuses. Month 3 focuses on your body and energy. Exercise consistently, eat cleaner, and develop the confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. By month 4, you begin building momentum financially, saving money, starting side hustles, investing in your future, and thinking long-term instead of chasing short-term comfort. Month 5 is where your identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wants success and become someone who lives with purpose, focus, and ambition every single day. And by month 6, people around you will notice the difference: your mindset, your discipline, your confidence, your results. The truth is, rebuilding your life is not about one giant moment. It's about small actions repeated daily, until they completely transform who you are. The next 6 months will pass no matter what. The real question is, will you still be the same person when they're over? Or will this be the chapter where everything finally changes? Most people dream about changing their lives, but very few are willing to go through the painful process of transformation. The reality is that growth is uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and the courage to leave behind the habits that are destroying your future. Your 6-month transformation starts with one decision: refusing to stay average. In the first 30 days, your mission is simple: regain control of your life. Stop wasting hours scrolling on social media, stop procrastinating, and stop making excuses. Create a strict daily routine, wake up with purpose, and learn to do difficult things even when you don't feel motivated. Discipline is the foundation of every successful life. During the second month, focus on upgrading your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly think negatively, doubt yourself, and fear failure, your life will never improve. Replace entertainment with education. Read books about success, psychology, money, and self-improvement. Learn valuable skills that can increase your income and opportunities. The people who succeed in life are not always the smartest. They are simply the ones who never stop learning and adapting. Month 3 is about rebuilding your physical and mental strength. Your body affects your confidence, your energy, and your focus. Start exercising consistently. Improve your diet, drink more water, and get enough sleep. At the same time, protect your mental health. Spend more time alone thinking about your future instead of constantly seeking distraction. Meditation, journaling, and self-reflection can help you become stronger emotionally and mentally. By month 4, you should begin focusing heavily on your financial future. Most people stay trapped because they never learn how money works. Start budgeting, reduce unnecessary spending, and build multiple income streams if possible. Even small steps matter. A side hustle, freelancing skill, online business, or smart investment can completely change your future over time. Wealth is built slowly through consistency, not overnight luck. Month 5 is where real confidence appears. At this stage, your habits are becoming part of your identity. You no longer need motivation every day because your routine is carrying you forward automatically. You become more focused, more disciplined, and more self-aware. The opinions of negative people stop controlling your decisions because you finally understand where you're going in life. Then comes month 6, the breakthrough stage. The person who started this journey 6 months ago will barely recognize the person you've become. Your mindset is sharper, your body is stronger, your finances are improving, and your confidence is higher than ever before. People will ask what changed, but they won't see the silent battles, lonely nights, sacrifices, and consistent effort that created your transformation. Remember this, rebuilding your life is not magic. It's the result of daily discipline, patience, and refusing to quit when things become difficult. 6 months of focus can create results that most people never achieve in years. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the life you once dreamed about is finally becoming real. Not because of luck, talent, or perfect circumstances, but because you decided to change your habits when everyone else stayed the same. The truth is, transformation is available to anyone, but most people quit before they ever see results. They want success without sacrifice, confidence without discipline, and wealth without patience. But real change only happens when you commit to becoming uncomfortable every single day. The first step in rebuilding your life is accepting responsibility. Stop blaming your past, your environment, or other people for where you are. Your future changes the moment you take ownership of your decisions. Every successful person started with small actions repeated consistently. They didn't become successful overnight. They simply refused to quit during the difficult days when nothing seemed to improve. Your mornings determine the direction of your entire life. If you start every day distracted, lazy, and unmotivated, your future will reflect that. But when you wake up early, exercise, plan your goals, and focus on growth before entertainment, your mindset begins to change. Small victories every morning build momentum, and momentum creates confidence. Confidence then pushes you to take bigger actions that once felt impossible. Another important part of transformation is learning to protect your focus. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media, endless entertainment, negative opinions, and toxic environments. Most people are addicted to comfort, which is why they never grow. You must become obsessed with protecting your energy and attention. Spend less time proving yourself to others and more time improving yourself privately. The strongest transformations happen in silence. At some point during these 6 months, you will feel tired. You will question yourself. You will feel like giving up because progress feels slow. That is the exact moment when most people fail. But the people who completely rebuild their lives understand one powerful truth. Consistency matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps moving forward even when emotions disappear. You also need to understand that rebuilding your life means leaving certain things behind. Some friendships will end. Some habits will disappear. Some people will misunderstand your growth because your ambition reminds them of their own excuses. Do not let guilt stop your progress. Not everyone is meant to go with you into your next chapter. As the months pass, you will begin noticing changes that money cannot buy. Your mind becomes calmer. Your confidence becomes real instead of fake. You stop seeking validation because you know your value. Problems that once controlled your emotions no longer affect you the same way. You become mentally stronger, emotionally smarter, and more focused on long-term success instead of temporary pleasure. And one day you'll look back at the old version of yourself, the person who doubted everything, wasted time, feared change, and settled for less, and you'll realize that the hardest part was simply starting. 6 months may not make you perfect, but it can make you unrecognizable. The decision you make today can completely change the story of your life forever. Most people spend years waiting for their life to improve while doing the exact same things every single day. They wait for motivation, opportunities, or the right time. But transformation does not happen by accident. It happens when you make a decision that your future matters more than your comfort. The next 6 months can either become another period of excuses and wasted potential, or they can become the season that completely changes your identity forever. The biggest mistake people make is believing that success is one massive breakthrough. In reality, success is built through small habits repeated daily. Every workout, every early morning, every hour spent learning instead of wasting time, every difficult decision. These are the invisible moments that slowly rebuild your entire life. At first, the progress feels small, almost meaningless. But over time, those tiny actions create massive results that completely separate you from the person you used to be. One of the most powerful things you can do during this transformation is learn how to be alone. Many people are constantly surrounded by noise because silence forces them to face their reality. But growth requires self-reflection. Spend time thinking deeply about your goals, your mistakes, and the life you truly want. When you learn to control your thoughts instead of escaping them, you become mentally stronger than most people around you. You must also develop emotional discipline. Life will test you with rejection, failure, stress, and disappointment. There will be days when nothing goes according to plan. But maturity is learning how to stay focused even during difficult moments. Weak people allow emotions to control their actions. Strong people continue moving forward regardless of how they feel. Your ability to remain disciplined under pressure will determine how far you go in life. Another major part of rebuilding your life is changing your environment. Your surroundings influence your mindset more than you realize. If you constantly spend time around negative, lazy, and unmotivated people, their habits will slowly become yours. But when you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and growth-focused individuals, your standards begin to rise automatically. Energy is contagious. Choose your environment carefully because it shapes your future every single day. As your transformation continues, you will notice something important. Your confidence no longer depends on external validation. You stop needing people to believe in you because you finally believe in yourself. Real confidence comes from self-respect, knowing that you can trust yourself to stay disciplined, keep your promises, and continue improving no matter what challenges appear. By the end of these 6 months, your results may not look perfect, but your mindset will be completely different. You will think differently, act differently, and carry yourself differently. You will realize that the person you wanted to become was never created through motivation alone. They were built through sacrifice, consistency, pain, patience, and daily effort repeated over and over again. And perhaps the most important lesson of all is this: transformation is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the person you were capable of being all along. The potential was always inside you. The discipline simply unlocked it. 6 months might seem like a long time, but it will pass whether you take action or not. The question is, where do you want to be when it's over? If you're ready to stop procrastinating and actually start this transformation, I want you to check out my video on Force Yourself to Take Action, Stop Procrastinating, and Transform Your Life. It's the perfect companion to what we've discussed today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. I'll see you in the next one.